Hi, good afternoon. We're at the Brunswick Housing Authority for the reviewing of the 5-year plan, the annual plan, and the civil rights certification. Today is July 16th, and the time is 3:08 p.m. I am Duran Weeks, Public Housing Manager, here representing for Danny Toto, and this is Yvette Wildman, and she's a project coordinator, and she will be here assisting us today.
Is now the appropriate time to
Yes.
make comments? Okay, I'm the only one here, so I'll introduce myself. I'm Charlie Cradaville, the editor of New Brunswick Today, community newspaper here in New Brunswick. And yeah, I have a number of questions. I don't know if you'll be able to answer them all, but I first of all wanted to understand where to find the annual plan on the website, if it's there. Maybe it's not on the website.
No, it was actually uploaded today.
Okay.
Yes.
So
this morning.
the annual plan is now on the website.
Absolutely,
But you
yes.
have a copy I could
Correct, yes.
peek at? Yes, thank you.
Annual plan, 5-year plan. and so-
Oh, thank you. So
Okay.
I guess what I have here is the 5-year plan then.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess I'll start with a transparency concern because I do have here the notice that said when it was published, the annual plan was on the website, and that notice was back in May.
Okay.
And so what I'm hearing now is it wasn't at the time, and it's only now there. So that makes me feel like this process from the start has not been properly conducted, and it's not the first time I've brought up issues with the website at the
Okay.
Housing Authority. So I think that one thing, whether or not you start the process over or do more robust public announcement would be to actually add a goal to the plan for improved communications,
Okay.
transparency, right?
Okay, yes.
Making the website better, having more information there, and using other ways to reach out to the public, like I know other authorities use social media, things
Okay.
like that. The Housing Authority here, not so much.
Okay.
I guess, wanted to understand also, like, so what's the difference between the annual and the 5-year plan? Are the goals the same in both, or I'm just now seeing this one for the first time here? Yeah, I'm not as familiar with it. Okay, I see, yeah,
I'm
goal.
not really familiar with it as well,
Okay.
so I can't really answer that for you. I apologize.
That's okay. I see basically the same goals in this document here, and this looks like the annual plan. And I guess maybe that's what I had all along. Or no, this is the 5-year plan. So yeah, it seems like the goals
The
are
goals are pretty much
more or
the
less identical.
Okay.
And it's just a little confusing, right? 'Cause we
Right.
got two different documents.
Right.
I guess one is only done every 5 years. And I just feel like it would make the most sense to, on the website, have on the main page a link to the annual plan, both the current version and the draft that's proposed, right? So you could compare what was last year's annual plan, what are they now proposing this year,
Okay.
did anything change? And you really, using the website, I'm sure you realize you can't really accomplish that. In my efforts to get a copy of the annual plan, I did go to the website. I had to go to About, then Board Meetings, then 2024, 25, and then it's listed as associated with the upcoming board meeting. Picture. And yeah, it should just be on the front page and very clear which document is which, and it's just not the case. So
I'll make
it's-
a note of that.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. And it is, I think, a worthy goal to make the website better and the communications better.
Okay.
So in terms of the goals, can you tell me, is there a limit to the number of goals? I notice it's 5, nice round number. Is
I
there?
really can't answer that.
Yeah.
Maybe the chair can, but I really am I'm not too familiar with it, I do apologize again.
No, it's okay.
I can write
I'm
your
learning.
questions down.
So, thank
I
you.
can definitely write your questions down, and I'll bring it to everyone's attention.
Right,
Okay?
and as I mentioned, it's my first time at this kind of a
Yes.
hearing, so I don't know,
Right.
what the norm is, but I did want to bring these questions forward, and yeah, I think if you're not limited to 5 goals,
Uh-huh.
there's no harm in adding a 6th goal for transparency's sake. And I think there could be so much more done. I know now that the chair's here, he'll probably appreciate me bringing up again that, hybrid meetings are the way of the world these days, and they can be done, and there's no reason that the board meetings can't move into the 21st century, have hybrid meetings, have them recorded, and publish those recordings. And yeah, the website can be so much better in terms of connecting people with really what they want. Like, not everybody's going to be interested in the 5-year plan, I imagine, but there are, really important pieces of relevant information, especially when you think about this community here, Wright Place and Robeson Village. To the extent there's community events or other, things you want to get the word out about, those should be on the website. You should have social media, and I think you would find that it would help, get more engagement and also just get your message out, what you're trying to share more. So that's a thought. And I did have some questions on the goals that are in here. So the first one I see, and just for the record, I also, when I do go to that part of the website, I click that 5-year plan link. I get the 5-year plan, but it's like a weird situation where it's like, the document is 24 pages. It starts with the 5-year plan, but it's missing pages 8, 9, 10, and 11, and then it has the full thing on the back end. So it's like a double document with the first part missing some pages. So it's just, again, adds to the confusion. But yeah, the first goal is the Hoffman Pavilion disposal, and I'm not sure if any of this language is new here, but the building up to 50 more affordable units. And then under objective 1.1, it says now updating the plan to build up to 66 units. So there's a little bit of a disagreement there between up to 50 and up to 66. And so I'm not clear on what the actual plan is. If 66 is the number, then we should change that in the title as well as have it in the objective 1.1.
Okay.
The goal 2 is one that I tend to agree with, and I think that should be in there. Goal 3 I know is sort of in flux with the camera situation, but goal 4, this one is interesting to me. It says contract with at least one additional public housing authority or governmental agency on a fee-for-service agreement similar to what you got going on in Franklin.
Okay.
And I don't know if that makes sense for the authority at this time. I know that at least the sense I get is that resources are limited, and human resources are limited, and taking over another housing authority would take away from New Brunswick and Franklin. So I would like to know why is this a goal, and is there any reason that it can't be eliminated, and we just at least keep the status quo of New Brunswick and Franklin, and over the next 5 years not try to expand to take over other housing authorities, but rather focus on what we've got. That's my take on that. I don't see this as certainly not a top 5 goal for the authority. And then, goal 5 I agree with as well. So I think, I guess I would look forward to learning if you can have more than 5 goals. If you do, I think you should. I offered one, but I'm sure there's many others that the public would want to share. But unfortunately, in this process, there's really not much public. It appears to be only me. I don't know if Maria got any emailed, written comments on this, but it kind of speaks to the fact that if this was done in a better way, like one question I have is, could this be done during a regular public meeting of the authority? Is that allowed? Because then you might actually have more people participate, or at least have it, immediately before or immediately after a public meeting of the housing authority, and then you get the added benefit of the board could be there. And I know I'm glad the commissioner's here to hear my remarks today, but I think doing this in the evening, doing this in hybrid fashion and promoting it in more ways than just the legally required fine print notice in the newspaper. Obviously, that's not getting people's attention. And, you know, yeah, I think that it all fits in with my suggested goal of more transparency, is also finding ways to promote the meetings. I thought it was really cool what the authority did, getting the word out about the one hybrid meeting that was done previously, and I think that was a success that the authority can build on, and I'm, you know, pleased to see some signs of hope, but also disappointed with this process and how this worked, because it could have been so much better. It could have been more like that instead of like it is here with us here in the middle of the day. But I think that's all that I wanted to say, so I'll yield the floor, and maybe somebody can follow up with me on the questions. If not, I'll bring them up at the next board meeting.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.